Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and I hope everyone's doing okay, especially here in the UK. Those of you further afield may have read that we've been making quite a fuss about what the press have dubbed the beast from the east, which has been a very, very cold weather front from Siberia, which has brought quite a lot of snow, more than we normally get in the UK, and very, very cold winds. So we've been making a tremendous fuss about it, although those of you further afield who are much more used to heavy snowfalls wouldn't have thought there was anything particularly extraordinary about what we have suffered, but we have suffered. So I hope my UK friends, particularly those further up north, who've done even worse than in London, which as always gets off relatively lightly in weather fronts, are all okay. The snow is definitely melting down in the southeast today for the first time, and for the first time it's not snowing in about 3 or 4 days, I think, really. So anyway, hopefully spring is finally on the way, and I used up a few products in February, given it was a short month, but of course they're often things I've been using for quite a while. One thing that I want to talk a little bit about, because I don't think I've mentioned it before, I may have showed it when I got it, it's this one here, the Verso Dark Spot Fix with Retinol 8, which I have finished up. And it's an interesting product to talk about. I'm going to give a very, very negative review. It's interesting because I've read nothing but extremely positive reviews about this product. There aren't that many reviews about it out there. I couldn't actually find a single YouTube review. There is a YouTube blurb on how to use it from the manufacturers. I didn't search incredibly hard, so there may be something out there, yeah. So why did I get this? Verso is a very premium brand, a Swedish brand. They're stocked by outfits like Cult Beauty, Space NK, I think, in the UK, certainly I think at Liberty's, the usual kind of premium outlets. I'm always on the lookout for well-recommended skincare products that tackle my individual problems, and my individual problems basically are aging skin. Specifically, I have quite enlarged pores around my nose and chin because I have combination skin, which is drying out. The dry is now becoming more predominant, and that seems to kind of show up the damage that has been done over the years in the oilier areas. And the second problem I have, in common with most women of my age, despite having been careful with sunscreen, are some hyperpigmentation spots. So by way of example, because I never show my face, but I do show my hands, you can see the typical age-related spots on the back of my hand there. Really more like freckles in my case. They're not enormous and they're not particularly dark yet. There is time. And I have a few of those on my face. So when I read universally 5-star rave reviews for this product, I bit the bullet and spent £140 on this little bottle. How much is it? There we go, 15ml. So not a huge amount, although it is, you only use it on the actual spots or problem areas, so it does last quite a long time. The payoff was as well that I think I got it in order to qualify for one of those, you know, big gift with purchase items that you get from Cult Beauty. So, you know, it wasn't the end of the world. But I was very, very optimistic about this product, given universal good reviews. Now, I should have done a bit more research, I guess, because there isn't a huge amount out there that I can find now, looking more carefully on the internet, that isn't related to sites that are actually selling the product. In other words, nothing much from independent bloggers, much less, you know, non-paid, non-advertising people. I couldn't find much on YouTube, but let's wait and see. Now, a Swedish firm, as I say, they talk about this retinol 8 complex, which they say is a way of delivering much higher concentrations of retinoids than other products in a way that doesn't cause irritation and does give you the benefits. They also name a number of components which they say will inhibit the production of melanonin. So they are both treating hyperpigmentation and enlarged pores with this retinol, and preventing further development of the problem. So yeah, I got the product. I don't think it's made a blind bit of difference. Not a sausage, and I've been using it for months now. Now the positives are the packaging is nice. It's pump action, which I highly approve of. It's perfectly pleasant to use. It smells okay. Some retinol products don't. Big plus, I guess, is it caused me absolutely no irritation. They tell you, obviously, you must wear sunscreen if you're wearing it during the day, and to be careful with AHAs. I have never used a retinol product that hasn't caused a degree of minor redness. This didn't cause any, it just didn't have any effect at all. And you can see, latterly I've been using it on my hands because I've given up on it making any difference on the face. Just has had no effect whatsoever. So I'm utterly bemused by these glowing reviews that say, you can see a difference within 5 days. I haven't seen a difference in 5 months. It's total waste of money. So I can't say any more about that. But I thought I'd just give it a little rant. I wish I had looked. There is one review out there, not of this product, but of the Verso range itself by Lifestyle Maven. I'll try and remember to put the link in. She road tests 3 of the skincare products. They're all quite expensive. She does say she can see a little bit of an improvement, but she also shows 2 photographs. And if you look at them, you can't see a blind bit of difference between the 2, other than that there's a slight change in the lighting. I think if I'd done my research and found that blog post before I'd bought, I might have thought a bit more carefully. So the lesson we should all take from this is try and do your research. Of course, blindingly good reviews from all sorts of different places doesn't necessarily translate into a great product for any number of reasons, but the kind of wider range of positive reviews you can get, particularly from sources that are not paid to advertise, is always a good thing. So I've gone on about that for far too long. Let's talk about Indie Lee, another range that's liable to send me off into a bit of a rant, not nearly in the same way. Indie Lee is a West Coast American eco range, very, very popular. I've been sent very kindly by one of my followers one of their products, a kind of skin tonic, which is very, very pleasant, and I like it. I'm not sure I'd rave about it. And I've had another of the skincare products, I think, in a freebie. My beef with eco ranges is really slightly about the marketing, I guess. The lady in charge of this range seems very, very nice indeed, and had a brain tumour, which she recovered from very happily. She seemed quite a young woman to have a tumour, and she questioned whether toxic substances had caused her brain tumour. I highly doubt that one's skincare wands had done that, unless she was bathing in something radioactive. But there we are. I well understand how one looks for more ecologically friendly products, although I think really the issues are about the environment rather than safety in today's world. But it's right to question these things. What I do really object to is one of her strap lines is, if you can't pronounce an ingredient, it's almost certainly bad for you. Just nonsense, really, isn't it? I'm willing to bet that a number of the ingredients in inverted commas that she received in chemotherapy or other treatment for her tumour would be pretty unpronounceable, and they will have done her a whole lot of good in terms of curing cancer. I'm talking in general terms. I don't know what treatment that woman had. But yeah, the point is it is good to research your ingredients. These are some bath salts, grapefruit citrus bath soak. I think, again, I needed to up my spend to get something. So I went for this because, as you know, I love citrus fragrances, and in particular grapefruit. These are Himalayan bath salts. This costs $28, about 25 quid in the UK. And I probably got maybe 6 baths out of it, 5. So very overpriced for what were just bath salts, really. Very pleasant fragrance, not particularly citrusy. But the promised benefits of relieving dry skin certainly didn't work. My skin was a good deal drier after using these. The answer to dry skin in bathing products, in my view, is a good oil. And you'll see I've used up 2 of my usual Aromatherapy Associates bath oils. I can't recommend these highly enough, especially the Deep Relax, which I swear by for improving quality of sleep and just generally having a nice bath. I love the fragrances. I don't love the mess they leave in the bath for my cleaner to wipe up, but other than that, I love everything about them, and they work for dry skin. You know, bathing's always going to dry you, but that helps a bit. Here's another favourite, the Dior Gel Coat Top Coat. The only thing I don't like about this product is as you get to the end, it's almost impossible to use up the final kind of fifth of the product because it becomes all gloopy and difficult to get out and difficult to apply. This is about my 3rd bottle of this. I do repeat buy it because I do think it's probably the best top coat. The Chanel one's nice too. The Sèche ones are fine. I do find that they kind of roll away from the edges of the nail after 24 hours after application, which is why I'm less keen on Sèche which a lot of professional manicurists use. So I do like the Dior Gel Coat, but I always fail to use it to the end. I've used up an Aveda Brilliant shampoo, my favourite shampoo. I just love the smell. I love the amount of lather. I like a bit of lather. Totally eco-friendly products are not great for me. Aveda is a supposedly eco-friendly brand, although I think it's probably owned by Estée Lauder along with everything else these days. But I do find this a very effective shampoo. The usual Mitchum's there used up, and a mini Bioderma, you can see. I've talked about that before. Use those repeatedly. That one's been a travel one on the go for some months. The thing that annoys me about the travel one is you think, oh yeah, I'll buy one of those and I can fill it up when I've used it from the big bottles, but you can't. You can't get the lid off and get it back on in order to refill. Cunning. They saw me coming when they designed that. So those are the empties. I'd love to hear any feedback anyone has about Verso products. If anyone else has been daft enough to fork out all that money on the basis of a few positive reviews, do let me know. Until next time, bye for now.